Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what we got for you right now. If you like those 80 Italian cars, well, you're in the right track, you're in the right video. Let's see what we have for you right now. What we got for you right now is a 143 scale 1983 Alfa Romeo 33. Everything is three. Alfa Romeo 33 from 1983. And then to top it all is a 1.3, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure. Yep, a 1.3. So, oh boy, three everywhere. The Alfa Romeo, this is actually the very first generation of the Alfa Romeo. This is actually the one that came out. Let me start all over. Alfa Romeo 33 came out in 1983 all the way down to 1995. So this is the very first generation of the Alfa Romeo 33. And I find it quite attractive. I know it's not the most reliable Alfa Romeo. I know well, a lot of Alfa Romeos had this issue that they rusted like paper in water. They would disappear after a few years. And unfortunately, that was like hunt. All these cars were hunted by the rust spirit. What I mean, every car has suffered from that. Unfortunately, Alfa Romeo 33 was no difference. Sadly, Italian cars should have snapped out of it sooner than later, but by then they already had a bad reputation, and a lot of people did not really trust them like that because they experienced it with the Alfa Romeos Alfa Sud and other models that were right before this one that were having the same issue. But looks wise, they were really attractive. I think this is a beauty. It was very beautiful. I haven't seen one in ages because this car was never sold in North America. I seen them back in South America, but not in North America because Alfa Romeo did not bring almost every car. They just brought in few models. They mostly brought in this 164, the sports car, the Spider, but not many models. So this one was not one of them. And plus, this was a little smaller for the North American taste. This one would probably compete like with a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla, and they didn't want to put a lot of small cars in the market like that because unfortunately, the North American market never been a small or mid-sized car. They were always into the bigger, the better. Even the 80s, when they started downgrading, they were still in the bigger, the better mentality. They made this car as a five-door hatchback, like the one that we're looking at right now, and also a five-door state wagon, which I also made a video already, if I'm not mistaken, of the station wagon, or I'm gonna make it soon. But I think I made it already. It should be in the. If you look at you remember, guys, if you want to sometimes look for a model from the same brand, go to the playlist. I have make playlists by the brand so you could check them out. You could see other Alfa Romeos, or if you want to go to the playlist from Fiat or Citroën or Renault or whichever, you can look into that and you see more models there. Engine wise, so you got the engines part. Okay, we got the petrol or gas engine, which had a 1.2, a 1.4, a 1.5, a 1.7, and also a 1.7 16 valve four cylinder. And you had a diesel engine, turbo, 1.8 turbo. Okay, so I think the 1.7 16 valve was the strongest of them all, was like the more racy type. Now, transmission, only 5-speed transmission, manual, no automatics. Again, Europeans were never a real fan of automatics. Now they're opening up a lot more, but back then it was not their specialty. It was not like they were looking for it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So I was looking at these vehicles, and I was thinking about other Alfa Romeos from the '80s, and no, I'll keep it to the '80s, like the '75, like the '90. All of them were literally very similar to each other. Like especially the '33 with the '75, the front end is almost identical, and the rear end similar. The Alfa Romeo '90 was more like of a sedan, not a hatchback. So that one had a little bit bigger trunk, but it still had the same looks. But again, that's the almost every brand goes to that. Almost every brand has in the same eras. They keep the same looking cars, but one make it bigger than the other because that's you want to make sure you keep them similar, but because they want to be family looking to like one from another, like a familiar. I mean, like you could tell one from another that are very close, like in they're brothers of the same brand. Let's put it like that. All right, guys. Don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up that I really appreciate. Thank you so much for commenting below. Thank you for letting me know everything. Like, if you like these models, have you seen them in person? Have you ever drove one of these? Let me know. Were they sold in your country? I know for Romeo 33 it was not sold everywhere, but let me know in your country where they're sold. Do they still have any of them around? Being a bit of a rust bucket, but maybe they still see them. Some countries, the weather helps a lot. It's not so cold or it's not so. Different weathers help a lot when it comes to the rust of a vehicle. All right, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to click the bell next to the subscribe button. That will remind you when I'm posting more videos. Take care of yourselves more than ever. And goodbye.